Fantastic.
Great.
Quick question, how do you do it? You only just uncheck all the tire boxes?
Yeah.
Do we have to pit?
I know we just pit and you just have us go out in the line.
We can do that too.
Yeah.
There's no way to avoid
Probably
a
the
ticket
simplest
if you
way.
don't use your seatbelt.
So
Cops
stay
are
in your
stepping
pit.
up enforcement and looking for unbuckled drivers like never before. If you don't buckle up, you will get stuck with a ticket. Click it or ticket.
Oh, tires?
Uh,
I know I need tires.
Not fair.
Are back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the West Pro Series Monster Energy Super event here tonight. Right now, we are getting ready to get the first
I had
set.
to be miling than you.
Roll out on track, Andy.
Nipper, stop! Nipper, stop! Wait.
Oh, sorry, it looks like here as well, they voted for no tires and full only. Oh man. You guys are vicious, but you know what? You voted for it. You get to see it. You want to see these drivers run out here with no tires, fuel only, and reverted field. Way to go. Awesome.
take any time.
When is the next caution period? Pack is on the backstretch, guys. Pack is on the backstretch.
Sean, did you
All
take
right,
2 or
thanks.
4?
I took 2.
10-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that strategy worked for nothing. Damn it.
Why'd they go green?
We're going green. 1 to 2.
And the lights are off on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace cars. We're getting out of 3 and 4 here. Andy Kessler, Ben Kilcrease are going to be the top 2. These guys were in the back. They're now up front. The field was inverted. They took no tires. You, the fans, voted on it. Remember, you vote for what's going to happen in the next segment. Is somebody going to get eliminated? We're going to take no tires, more tires, 2 tires. But we're green flag racing once again at the All-Star Race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And the 84 of Andy Kessler is going to lead us away into 1.
Saying this is going to be wild. A lot of guys were a little upset with the choice, but you know what? It's what the fans want, so the fans get it. Strategies went straight out the window when they went in to get those 2 tires.
It was actually 2 tires. Wasn't my note said no tires.
No. You had me wrong. They went in and got 2 tires earlier, but they couldn't take any more tires this time.
Ah, yes, that's right. Taking the 2 tires to loosen it up a little bit. But that's going to totally changed the strategy here because the entire field was inverted. Fast guys like Kenny Baum Jr. got to work their way up, keep the truck clean, and take a look. The 53 of Justin Munsell. He is working on the bumper of Ben Kilcrease now as we come down the backstretch. Looking to the outside. Is he going to get the run he needs? And it looks like we're going to come out single file. The line is checking up mid-pack back. That's going to slow everybody up, but back up here up front. Here comes the 00 now. Working on the bumper of the 84 of Andy Kessler. Oh, Kilcrease down in the infield. He spit it sideways. He's back up the track hard into the outside wall. That's going to bring a caution out here tonight.
And I guarantee all these guys dive in and take tires, and so much for everything else.
Every driver right now just thank their spotter and Ben Kilcrease for that caution. Now let's take a look here. That just finished up lap 51. We now go to lap 52 here. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. It's the All-Star race and a little bit hyper. I've had about 4 Monster Energy drinks.
That's it?
So it's 4, yes. That's all I'm allowed to have now because they're bad for me from what I hear. But, you know, we just finished lap 51. We're lap 52. The field is catching the pace car on the backstretch here. We got we got 2 more segments. This segment and then the money segment. The last little bit, the shootout. But don't forget, guys, head over to facebook.com/TeamSplosionTV. Vote for what's going to happen in this next segment. Are we going to see another field inversion? Will we take no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires? And the dreaded driver elimination. Will we eliminate 1 driver or 2 drivers or no driver? You guys, you get to vote, and that voting starts now. So head over to facebook.com/TeamSplosionTV. Put your votes in because they count, and you decide what's going to happen here tonight for this race. As we watch here, Matt, I just want to point out everybody coming down pit road like you called it. Tires and fuel is what they want. They're like, give me 4 fresh Goodyears, some Dr. Feelgoods. Let's get back on the track and hopefully win this thing. Actually, it looks like Carl Brown is the only one who stayed out. I take that back.
That's a pretty ballsy move right there by the Jailhouse Brewing Chevy Silverado truck team. We'll see how this fares for him. I think he might get eaten up by those other guys that went in and took the 4 tires.
A little bit of strategy on his part. You never know. He may pull in now, this time by, get some tires on there, a couple of 4 fresh Goodyears. He may not. He may stay out, but that's going to totally cause a little bit of reaction here because you got everybody with 4 fresh tires. Carl Brown the only one without tires. It could be interesting. It could be traumatic. It could be a cataclysmic event. We're going to have to wait and see. And as we're still under caution here, I want to remind you guys, the voting is open. You guys choose what's going to happen. Are we going to revert the field? Are we going to take 2 tires, no tires, 4 tires? Are we going to eliminate drivers in this final set and going into the final segment? Will we eliminate no drivers, 1 driver or 2 drivers? We're going to have to find out to see, as the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car driver has turned off the lights. He's been the okay from the officials in the West Pro Series. The trucks are going to double up, and we're going to get to go green flag racing once again, Matt.
I'm ready to see what happens with this 41. I think he's going to get smoked maybe by the 71 because Nate Rinke's one hell of a driver on these restarts. But Carl Brown is a good wheel man as well.
Hey, Carl Brown may outsmart him. He's got old tires, but he could stack the field up to make them spin the tires maybe to get that run. Or he could possibly, if he can, mat it for the first 2 laps and get a little bit of separation between him and the pack.
Kind of watching the 84 here of Andy Kessler. Kind of wondering he's hanging back, just kind of waiting and waiting. I'm thinking he might just be waiting to see what everybody else does and how crazy the action's about to get.
We're going to have to wait and see. We got probably about 30 seconds or less. Everybody's got the eyes on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car, waiting for it to make the hard left-hand turn, and there he goes, giving the field to Carl Brown. He's got every truck in his hand. What's he going to do? We're going to have to wait and see. The 41 is leading us back to the green flag. We're racing once again at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Carl Brown leading the pack as we come out of 2, and it's 2 by 2 by 2 behind him. Zachary Kreiser trying to close the door on Nathan Rinke as we go into 3. Justin Munsell working the inside of Nathan Rinke. What's going to happen, folks? We're going to have to wait and see as we come out of turn 4. Here comes Zachary Kreiser on the inside of Carl Brown, who has old tires. Zach has new tires. Side by side, Nathan Rinke now working his way down the outside. He's going to try to make it 3 wide. He's decided to get single file. We're 2 by 2 by 2 going through 1 and 2. Zach Kreiser getting a little bit of a lead here, making some separation between him and the pack as we come down the backstretch. Nathan Rinke still powering along strong. Got Justin Munsell behind him, working the inside line. Behind the front 2, Zachary Kreiser and Nathan Rinke. They're 2 by 2, then single file behind that.
You know, Zane, I'd really love to see Zach here take a win. He's had a lot of rough luck this season, always getting wrecked out by certain drivers who will remain nameless at this point. But he's had a lot of bad luck, and I'd love to see him come away with this victory. But he's got plenty more laps to go.
He's got a long time to go, Matt. Like you said, Zach Kreiser, they call him lucky. Luck hasn't been on his side this season. And take a look. Here comes the 71 now. The 53 nose to tail. The 45 nose to tail. You got a 4-car battle for first place right now. Here comes the 71 inside of the 39 as we go into turn 1 there. Door to door, side by side. Who is going to come out in first place as we come out of 2? Nathan Rinke's got the preferred line, but Zachary Kreiser trying to power again on the outside. They are side by side as we come down the backstretch. Nathan Rinke, Zach Kreiser, side by side. Here comes Kenny Baum Jr. now, trying to make it 2 lanes, a 2 by 2 for the lead. Justin Munsell working the inside behind Nathan Rinke. Nathan Rinke now powering again on the inside, trying to power around Zach Kreiser. Zach Kreiser again in the 39 truck, trying to hold off, trying to use that outside line to his advantage, keeping the RPMs revved up in that truck as we go into 1 and 2 again. Here comes the 71 to 39 again, powering again on the outside. It is pandemonium. It is non-stop action here up front. And here we go once again, the 71 trying to hold off the gaggle, the murder, 3 wide behind him. Here comes the 45 car. He is on the apron, truck. Here comes the 53 and the 39, side by side behind the 71. Here comes Brian P. Coveney in the 9 truck now, trying to make it again a 4-car battle for the first place spot. The 39 of Zach Kreiser working the outside line again, trying to show it can work against the 53. But take a look, Matt, the 9 truck I was talking about a few seconds ago, again working the inside, trying to break his way into the top 3.
That's right. Coveney and Lucky, as I always call him, they're just begging for that win. They want to see somebody else up there other than Kilcrease, Kenny Baum, somebody, and they're willing to do what they got to do. Hey, they are teammates after all, so I think they'll work together and hopefully come out on top here. But Nate Rinke is pulling quite a bit ahead, followed by Justin Munsell here in second.
Yes, you're absolutely right. But take a look back here for that top 5, top 3 position. The 73 of Sean Medling has shown up out of nowhere now, breaking into the 4th position, working now on the bumper, the 39. But don't count out the 9 car or the 45. We got a caution on the track. Oh, and it looks like it could be the 56 and the 3 truck of Zach Conrad and Mylan Lacey. They're both turning the wrong way on the apron in turn 1.
Zane, looking here at the replay of the 56 and the 3, it looks like the 56 was just staying in the middle of the road, and the 3 went high, collected the 2, and there you go.
Myron Lacey as well. We don't want to forget the 3-car. He is 3 truck. He's also new in iRacing. He's been racing here, I would probably say, for about a month now. Showing a lot of, potential, but still, he's still trying to get a handle of these trucks. A lot more horsepower than what he's used to in the ARCA Remax series that he came from. And, he's a great driver. He's won a lot of great races in that series. But here in the iRacing Motorsports, or in the West Pro Series Monster Energy Super Truck Series, it's a little bit more horsepower and a little bit more, a little bit more of a learning curve here when you get started in these trucks.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of a learning curve if you're not used to the type of horsepower and everything else that they have.
And it looks like everyone but Justin Munsell is going to come down pit road. The 53 did a little bit of a fake-out job here. And I want to remind you... Okay. I want to remind you, watching here at home, on the interwebs, watching us on your cell phone, whatever you're doing, don't forget to vote. Go to facebook.com, Teamsplosion TV, and vote to see what's going to happen here in about the next, I would say, 9 to 6 laps or so. What will happen? Will we revert the field again? Will we take 2 tires, no tires, 4 tires and fuel? Will we eliminate 0 drivers, 1 driver, or 2 drivers going into the last segment of this race? Remember, the winner of this race doesn't get points, doesn't get a championship, doesn't get a trophy, but gets cold, hard cash for iRacing to spin as they please. They could buy a track, they could buy a car, they could buy a G6 Ford Fusion if they have the Chevy only, so they can run 2 of them. You never know. It just depends on what's going to happen here. Well, the lights are off on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car once again. We're going to go double file here. Justin Munsell's going to lead us back to green with Zachary Kreiser in the 39 on his outside. Good old Lucky trying to get his first win here tonight at the All-Star race. Behind those 2, you got the 71 of Nathan Rinke and the 73 of Sean Medling. Both these guys are OIL drivers, the Online Independent Racing League. We broadcast them on Sunday nights. You see them doing what they do best every Sunday. Here they race on Mondays in the West Pro Series. And I got to say, these guys are some pretty stout competition for these West Pro Series guys. And we're seeing it here tonight in the All-Star race. And I think I was wrong. We got 25 laps left till the next segment change. So get those votes in. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, call your grandma, wake her up. Say, Grandma, I need you to vote. The West Pro Series is racing on TSTV. It's the All-Star race.
Make sure to go to facebook.com/TeamsplosionTV and like us.
And the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car is pulled off. We're going green flag racing once again. Justin Munsell leading us back to the green flag once again as we're racing once again here at Las Vegas. And take a look, Brian Company getting on the apron, going 3 wide before we go into turn 1. We are 3 wide in turn 1. Justin Munsell watching this in his rear view mirror. Brian Company putting on a power move. Ben Kilgrease on the apron, sliding around, checking up the field behind him. Everyone going straight. But Brian P. Company in the 9 car, they call him Frog, showing that he likes to get froggy on this restart. Dropped it down low, got on the apron, and drove around everybody. Now he's battling for first place. Got a caution on the track. And it looks like it's going to be the 3 truck of Mylan Lacey once again facing the wrong way as we come out of turn 4.
I think Mr. Lacey is starting to turn into Mr. Kilcrease this week.
Well, look in here. I'm trying to get the replay up.
Yeah, Zane, I hate to say it, but unfortunately I think it was netcode, something that is infamous here in iRacing and simulated racing.
Either that or something broke on the truck, or he blew a left rear or a right rear, because that thing just picked up and went dead sideways. And looks like Justin Monks is going to lead everybody mostly down pit road. It looks like who's going to fake out. There goes the fakers. It's been a night of fakes here in Las Vegas. Everyone putting on their poker face, as Lady Gaga likes to say.
The fakers and the takers.
But look in here, we got, a couple more. We got a couple more laps to go here before segment ends. Remember, guys, go to facebook.com/TeamSplosionTV and vote for what's going to happen to these drivers in the West Pro Series tonight in the All-Star race. Are we going to eliminate 0 drivers, 2 drivers, 1 driver? Are we going to take no tires, 4 tires, 2 tires? Are we going to revert the field, or is it going to stay the same? You guys vote. You guys have the power. Make the decision. Let us know, because the winner could be based off of your decision tonight. And the lights are off on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car here at Las Vegas. Once again, we're going to go green flag racing in the desert of Vegas with the West Pro Series Monster Energy Super Truck Series All-Star Race presented by TSTV. Zane Lovett hanging out here with you in the booth. Matt Weisbrod pulling double duty tonight, getting the pretty pictures you see to you tonight, and calling the race with me a little bit. Be quiet in the All-Star race.
Zane, I just want to first off apologize to our viewers and to you as well. I'm trying to organize everything here and make sure they get what they're seeing. And trying to call a race, yeah, it's a little challenging to do, but I'm doing the best that I possibly can, and that's all you can really ask for, I hope.
I thank you for hanging out with me, man. You're a God among men. You're a saint among saints. They should call you Saint Producer Weisbrod for all the work you're doing here tonight. But we're about to get green flag racing here. The iRacing Ford Mustang pace car looking to make the hard left-hand turn to give the field back to Brian Coveney with Nathan Ranke on his outside. And here we go. The iRacing Ford Mustang pace car's made the hard left-hand turn. Brian Coveney leading us back to the stripe. Here we go. Green flag racing once again at Las Vegas. Brian looking in his rearview mirror. They are 2 by 2 by 2 behind them. Then single file after that. Here comes, looks like the 39 of Lucky Zach Kreiser working the inside now of the 9 truck of Brian P. Coveney. The 71 behind them. They are 2 by 2 by 2 behind them. It is pandemonium on the track. Here comes the 71 now, powering around the outside of the 39, trying to get back up to the bumper of the 9 car of Brian. Here comes the 73, working the outside of the 45, who is on the inside line behind the 39. It is single file now. Here comes the 71, closing the door on the 39. Oh, Brian gets on the apron. He's sideways a little bit. He gets it straight. That gives the lead to the 71. Here comes the 39 working the inside. 73 on the outside, now side by side behind the 71 as we got a battle for second between the 39 of Zach Kreiser and the 73 of Sean Medling. The 45 watching this in front of him, and behind them you got a gaggle, a murder of cars. They're 3 wide in some positions. They're 2 wide all around. Look at this battle, Matt. You got this 53. Oh no, there goes the 53 and the 41. Big wrecking one.
Oh wow, the 84 just came up and tagged the 9 of Brian Coveney right in the back. I'm sure Coveney is not too pleased with that.
Not too pleased at all. But wow, talk about some crazy going up here pretty quickly to the end of this second segment, and we already under another caution. These guys are really racing like it's the last lap, but putting on a heck of a show.
We still have 15, just over 15 laps before this next segment, or this segment wraps up.
You heard them, about 15 laps or so till this segment wraps up. So get those votes in now. You guys control this race. What are we going to do? We're going to eliminate anybody. We're going to eliminate no drivers, 2 drivers, 1 driver. We're going to take no tires, 4 tires, 2 tires. We're going to invert the field, or we're going to keep the field the same. Your vote counts. Get over to facebook.com/TeamSplosionTV and cast your vote. Tell your friends. Like I said before, call your grandma. Let her know to vote, because your favorite driver could be going for a win tonight, or it could be sitting out in the cold based off who votes for you.
You know, Zane, sitting here looking at these votes, it's a mixture of things. You know, I've got 4 tires. I've got to invert the field again. Got to give them 5 gallons of fuel only. Eliminate the 2 drivers in the back. Give them full fuel. Eliminate the last 2, or what about actually eliminating the front 2?
It will be the back. It will be anyone in the rear for the eliminations. I should have made that clear. I was excited. It is the All-Star race. The eliminations, you will be eliminating the last 2, the last car, the 2 last cars, or no cars. So it will be the guys in the back before the inversion actually takes place, if there is a vote for inversion.
Zane, and I think we should run one other thing to our viewers, and that is, after 5 laps remaining, it's all out. There are no caution flags. They're running it to the end, and whoever comes out on top is your winner. So the unfortunate thing is, here at iRacing.com, there is no green, white, checkered. So that's why we're going to do this, because it's for the fans. They want to see the action. They don't want to see it end under caution.
And speaking of action and for the fans, let's see if we can't get someone dialed up here real quick. Let me pull out the old scanner. Let's see here. 019er. Nipper in the 56. This is Zane Lovett in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Nipper, you're running in the All-Star race here tonight. This is your second week running these trucks. How do you feel?
Well, I'm still getting used to them. It's definitely a big transition versus anything I've ever drove before, but we're right here in the top 5, and we're going to see what we can get done in this last segment.
Hey, with the last segment coming up here pretty quick and the voting up to the fans, what do you want to see? Do you want to see inversion? Do you want to see 2 tires, no tires, 4 tires? Want to see anybody getting eliminated? What's going on in your mind out there?
If it were up to me, I'd say put 4 tires on these things and let us go nuts.
That's the last famous words of every driver. You always want 4 tires. You need more tires. But, man, we're going to let you get green flag racing here since the lights are off on the pace car. Good luck to you. Hope to see you in the final segment.
Thank you, bud.
Was the 56 truck of Zachary Conrad. We know him as the Nipper, or as I like to call him, the 5 Nipper. It's a funny story there. When I first met him, his name was 5 Nipper. He called himself the Sniper, and I was like, no. 5 Nipper. There's no way that 5 is an S, my friend. And from then on, he's been known as the Nipper. So if you ever see him in a race, call him the Nipper and he'll be your best friend. The lights are off on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car. We're going to go green flag racing once again here in the All-Star race. The 71 and the 73, Nathan Rinke, Sean Medling, going to be leading us off. Zachary Kreitzer in the 39. And looks like here, Zachary Conrad moving up to 4th here under this caution now. We'll be starting behind him. We're going to have to wait to see what happens as the pace car pulls off, giving the field back to the 71 of Nathan Rinke. Green flag is out, and we're racing once again at Las Vegas in the Monster Energy Super Truck Series All-Star Race.
Wow, Zane, the Nipper got one hell of a restart there. He's right on the tail of the 71 of Rinke.
Yeah, he's right on the tail, but he's got the 53 of Justin Munsell looking to the 3 wide behind him. There's a 39, the 73, and the 53. Here comes the 39, Lucky, as they like to call him, Zachary Kreitzer, trying to make his way back up to 2nd to the 71, but keep an eye on that 56. He is trying to make his way to the 71 as well. And behind them, you got a gaggle of trucks. 2 by 2 by 2 all the way around. And here comes the 39 now looking under the 56 as we come through 1 and 2. They're 2 wide all the way behind that. Nathan Rinke is watching this in his mirror as the 56 and the 39 are still side by side. The 73 is Sean Medling trying to find a hole. But if you look behind that gaggle of the 53 and the 73, there's the 45 of Kenny Baum Jr. He hasn't been back up front since the inversion of the field after the first segment. They are still side by side as we go into turn 1. Zachary Kreitzer, also known as Lucky, working on the inside of the Nipper. Zachary Conrad in the 56 go down the backstretch here. Oh, the 56 gets a little bit high, gets a little tight, has to check up. That's going to stack up the field. 73 shoots down low. They are single file now. It's the 71, the 39, the 53, the 45 of Kenny Baum Jr. now making his way into the top 5. Behind him, you have Sean Medling, Zachary Conrad, all trying to make their way back up to the front, trying to stay out of the elimination, if there is one, after this segment.
Zane, let me sit back here and let me take over for you for a minute because you are having way too much fun. You need to catch your breath.
I am. It's the All-Star race, and you guys gave me monsters.
You need to have a cold drink of something. But when you have this much action, you got to keep it going, you know?
Yep, and speaking of action, take a look. Here comes the 53 now looking to the inside of Zachary Kreitzer. The 45, the champion, or the series champion leader right now. Kenny Baum Jr. working the outside of the 53. These guys want to get back up front. These guys don't want an version of the field. It took Kenny Baum Jr. so long to get back up here, and we got just a little bit left in this segment. Get those votes in. What's going to happen? We going to eliminate anybody? We going to have an inversion of the field? What's going to happen to the tires? No tires, 2 tires, 4 tires. Kenny Baum Jr., Justin Munsell still battling for the top 3 position. Kenny Baum working the outside, Justin Munsell the inside. Side by side, door to door now as we're coming down the backstretch.
Ben blew up.
Looks like Zachary
and Ben is blown up.
And Ben Kilcrease has blown up. There's a car sideways on the backstretch here. Looks like no caution. We're still racing here. We're green flag at Las Vegas. Nathan Rinke still leading the field as we go through turn 1, sorry. Zachary Kreitzer right behind him in the 39, and behind him you have Kenny Baum Jr. in the 45, and the Rocket Man Justin Munsell in the 53 racing side by side as we go to turn 3 and 4. Here we go. Zachary Kreitzer better hold on. The 45 and the 53 have shown up to his rear bumper, and they're saying, we're coming to party. It's the All-Star race. We're putting it all on the line, buddy. Kenny Baum Jr. now getting around Justin Munsell in the 53. Move Justin Munsell back to 4th. Kenny Baum Jr. up to 3rd. He's now working on Zachary Kreitzer. He's looking to the inside. Zachary Kreitzer closes the door as we come through 3. Coming out of 4th. Still single file, nose to tail for the Bomb sneaks to the inside. Zachary closes the door once again. Nose to tail, Kenny Bomb pushing Zach as we come to the front stretch, going into turn one. Justin Munsell looking to the outside of the 45 car, or 45 truck, I apologize once again.
Zane, you'd be
Kenny
paying a
Bomb
lot.
Jr.
You'd be paying a lot for every time you said car tonight.
Oh, I know. Kenny Bomb Jr. working the outside of Zachary Kreiser. He's getting the run he needs. Here comes Justin Munsell sneaking out to the outside now of the 39 truck as we come down the front stretch. Move Kenny to second. Zachary Kreiser is dropping 2 positions back to 4th. Justin Munsell's now moved up to 3rd. They close the door. There is a 4 truck link gap between Kenny Bomb Jr. and Nathan Rink. 3 trucks between Justin Munsell and Kenny Bomb Jr. in 3rd. And Zachary Kreiser right on the bumper of that 53 truck, trying to keep him in his sights, trying to hope he can stay in the top 5 before this segment ends. Take a look though, here comes the 9 truck of Frog. Brian Coveney trying to work on Sean Melling. He gets into the apron, he drifts up. Sean Melling's going to drive around him. Sean Melling drives around him as we come to the stripe.
My spider goes, what the fuck's the caution for?
Oh, retired?
You get tires, fuel, and what? Nice.
Nate Rank is like, fuck!
No,
Are we
that
gonna
is
just sit on
nice.
pit road like we did last time?
Andy, we're sitting pretty. Along with Lucky.
Pace car, center backstretch.
Texting me while we're racing. Bobby Lane, who the hell is that? He blew his motor up on purpose so he can go to bed for school.
No, he's broadcast right now.
What is he, Carl Edwards?
Yeah.
Yo, shit's gonna get intense.
Yeah.
And the guys that are in the front are gonna get ran over.
No.
No, it seems like whoever's got to the lead could, like, stay there.
Yeah.
It's hard to pass here and get through traffic. It's real hard.
You gotta do it on the
Gentlemen.
start.
I just want to say it's been a pleasure racing with you.
Now get the hell out of my way.
Uh-huh. I love you all as friends, but we got $25 to win. Isn't that right, Froggy?
Like I said, if you're in my way, you're going to the hospital.
So
Are we
Andy's
waiting
first.
in the pits or something?
I don't
Yeah.
care who you are.
Alright.
$25 is mine.
And as you've been watching here at the, as you've been watching here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with the West Pro Series Monster Energy Super Truck Series, the voting came through. We inverted the field. No one got eliminated. Also, Nipper, a fan, wanted to say hello. So to you, Zachary Conrad, who is running in second right now, your buddy Barrett says hello. So also looking here, guys, it looks like there was a couple of little things on pit road. Four tires and fuel, so it looks like these guys got 4 fresh Goodyears. Now they get to race all out for the last 10 laps. And you know what happens at the end of this 10 laps segment? The winner walks away with cold, hard cash in their pocket, $5 for iRacing. And the lights are off on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing once again. And because this is the final segment of the All-Star race, starting at lap 1, we are going to take a moment of silence for the tragedy that happened in Boston today at the marathon. And we're getting back to go green flag racing here at Las Vegas. Andy Kessler, Zachary Conrad, also known as the Nipper, and the 56 going to lead these guys to the green flag. Behind them, the 3 truck of Milan, a.k.a. Psycho, as they like to call him in the garage. Carl Brown in the 41 going to be running 4th. But we're going to take our moment of silence here, like I said, for the tragedy at Boston once we go green flag for 1 lap. And we thank you for the moment of silence. And in that moment of silence, the drivers got a little wild. And we have a caution on the track once again. And I think here, I got a special guest in the booth with us, Matt. His King finishing.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what happened to Zane. He must have been abducted by aliens here in Las Vegas. But
It wasn't aliens. It wasn't aliens.
Oh, okay.
I promise you, it wasn't the aliens. It was loan sharks. I owe money at the casinos. Okay, I told you not to bring me to Vegas for All-Star Weekend.
Oh, you must have saw them come up the stairway. Sorry about that.
I did. The big scary man in suits that looked like they want to beat me up. Yeah, I see them from a mile away there, Matt. But no, actually, I wasn't worried about him. More worried about Ben Kilcrease showing up in a fire suit.
Doesn't the fire suit look good on me? Or does it make me look fat?
Fat.
I don't know. Give us a little bit here about your sponsors on your fire suit, Ben.
Well, we had a good run with the Trent Juice. Just came on board for the official fire suit sponsor for this race and this race only. Of course, they're all in the Nationwide car in the OIL, but had a good run in the early going for the Trent Juice Foundation and the Short Track King truck. But I just trying to ride in the back a little bit, got caught up. I was going to really make my final move in the final closing 10 laps, say the truck. Didn't end up like we planned. Had some damage when we tried to go through what I think ended up overcorrecting and hitting the wall. But it's all right. It is what it is. I'm glad I'm back up here where I belong. And we're going to see who walks out of here $25 richer.
$25 richer. And take a look here, Ben. You know I do it all the time, but I am actually shocked because guess who is leading this race in the final segment? The one and only Andy Kessler in the 84.
Look at Andy up there. He could win this thing, and as Matt and I know, and you too, this would be huge for Andy. He would shut all these guys up about his bad driving and make them put their money where their mouth is. Andy could win this thing, and it's going to be interesting to see.
Go ahead, Matt.
I think I recall Andy saying last week that he was going to put all of them to shame when he comes to the showdown and win it, and basically shut them all up. And he might just do that.
And I was going to say, I mean, I've lost to Andy numerous of times in mile-and-a-half races. I've finished second to this guy so many times. He knows what he needs to do here. He's a smart driver. He's just had some bad luck here in this series this year. You know what? Tonight's the night that he's got to show and shine that he can win it, and he is dominant, because they call him Demand for the reason, because he is dominant and he is the man when it comes to figuring out these mile-and-a-halves. But you got to take a look, though. You got the 3 truck of Mylan Lacey on the outside of him. You got the 41 of Carl Brown, the 53 of Justin Munsell. He's been fast all night, but you can't count out these guys in the back here real quick. I want to point out something. You got Kenny Baum Jr. in the 45. He's running 8th. You got the 71 of Nathan Rinke. He's back there in 10th. These guys got stuck back here because of the field inversion voted on by the fans. They may have a lot of ground to make up, or they can try to pull a Brian Coveney and power their way around on the restart. We're going to have to wait and see, but if I'm putting my money right now, we're in Vegas. I'm doing it. I'm doubling down on the 84 of Andy Kessler to win this race if he can get off the restart that he got last time.
Well, on that last restart that you talked about it, he was gone. We were on the moment of silence, or we all would have been screaming about it. But, man, he was gone on the restart. You talk about Brian. I was right behind him on that one restart. Surprised the heck out of me. He knows how to make the moves and when to make them.
He really does. On that one restart, he dove it down on the apron, got 3 wide, drove his way from, 6th, 7th to 2nd in like a matter of moments. These guys saw that happen. They know it's got to be in the back of their minds. They know what they got to do. It's $25 on the line. They've lasted this long not to get a win. And if you take a look here, if we can get Matt to get a camera down, take a look at the 73. He is rear-end right in the 9 right now. I don't know if he's mad at Brian, but he is showing him some shots of dislike. Matt, I want to go to you real quick. The lights are off. We're doubling up here. Who do you got your money on, buddy? Last call here, because you know in the last final laps, if the caution comes out, they will not stop. They will run it out. They will finish it. They will run the trucks till they break. They are going for a win. Who do you got your money on?
Tough decision to make here, Zane, but I'm going to have to go with a guy that I've kind of had a little heated rival with this season, and that's the 53 of Justin Munsell. Him and I kind of got upset at South Boston, but I think he's the guy that can do it.
Ben, 15 seconds or less. Who do you got your money on?
Brian.
Brian Coveney. All right. I got Andy. Matt's got Justin, Brian, and you got Brian. Let's see how this ends out here. They are giving a lot of space between them and the pace car right now. This could be Andy Kessler trying to get a runoff. Once the pace car pulls off, there he goes. The field is in the 84's hands of Andy Kessler's as we're waiting to go green flag racing. There he goes. Green flag racing once again at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
And remember, what happens now, we race it. Whatever happens now, we race it back to the checkered.
Absolutely right, Ben. Caution comes out. You race it till it's over. Go to the checkered flag. Don't you stop. You're going to finish a loser at that point. And Andy Kessler, foot on the gas, matted to the floor. He's got about 6 car lengths, but the pack is coming quick behind him.
He's not wasting any time. Mylan Lacey falls back a little bit on the outside. Kind of held up Zach Kreiser a little bit off before, though. Brown and Munsell.
Yep, and
they're going to do battle side by side.
And here comes Justin Munsell now, the 53, looking to the inside of Brown. And they're side by side now as we come through 1 and 2. There's the 9 car, your pick, Ben. trying to work up on the 53. Look at Justin using the side draft on the 41 as we come
Wreck.
down the backstretch.
Huge wreck behind them. Kenny Baum involved. Sean
Big wreck on the
Medling.
backstretch. No caution.
Back
We're
Chrysler.
running it out here. We're finishing out. Look, here comes the 41 now, working to the outside, trying to get the run. But it's going to give a little bit of separation between him and Andy Kessler as we go great. Still green flag racing. Once again, 3 laps to go.
Ready to go. Look at Munsell. Look at Brian. Coveney's on the rear bumper of Munsell.
Look at Kessler slam the door shut. That's going to give the whole shot to Carl Brown on the outside. Carl Brown getting the run now. He's going to try to close the door on Kessler. Kessler stuck on the inside with Munsell behind him. Here comes Coveney now again on the outside.
Don't count out Nate Rinke. He's back here in 5th. He's catching these guys. Popsicle sticks in the air, Zane.
Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more laps to go here at Las Vegas. Carl Brown leading them into turn 1. The 84 of Andy Kessler right behind him. Oh, he's stacking it up. They're going 3 wide. He's splitting Justin Munsell and Brian Coveney in the wall. Munsell getting around Kessler. That's going to move him to 2nd now. He's got Carl Brown in his sights. And Andy Kessler now got to reel it in and run down that 53.
Munsell gets on the apron right there. Does he have enough to catch Carl Brown? White flag in the air. This is the final lap at the Showdown.
White flag in the air. The flagman pointed at Carl Brown, said 1 to go, $25 on the line. Andy Kessler hard at the end. Here comes Justin Munsell on the bumper of Carl Brown as we come through 1 and 2. He's wrecking it. Here comes Justin Munsell again on the inside. He's trying to get a run. Can he get the run? The big hole of air that these cars push, that these trucks make. Here comes Munsell again on the inside, on the bumper now. Coming through 3 and 4. Here he goes. He's got the draft. Can he make the last lap pass that he needs? We're down the front stretch. Justin Munsell's to the quarter panel. Side by side as we come down the front stretch. They're side by side. Carl Brown's going to win it at Las Vegas by a nose. Wow, Carl Brown's going to win it. Justin Munsell 2nd. Nathan Rinke 3rd. Brian Coveney 4th. But it doesn't matter because the money, the cash, the king tonight will be Carl, the Cash Miken Brown.
And he only got it by 37 one-thousandths of a second. Look at old Carl Brown down there.
Oh, he's going to blow that baby up. He doesn't even care. Look at him burning them out in turn 1. But all the credit in the world to Justin Munsell. He put on a phenomenal last lap run. He showed up to the door. I think if he had just about 25 more feet, he would have had Carl Brown at the line. Great race, Justin.
Had the chance to wreck him, did not. Good, respectful race right there. And like you said, Brown got it by a door and a nose.
Yeah, by a nose, and he won tonight. He's $25 richer, and what a great finish to this race. But what I want to know, what happened to the 84 of Andy Kessler? Into the corner there, it looked like he just got sideways and was straight down going into the infield. We got to talk to him after this race here after we get done, and I got to talk to my buddy. Let's take a few moments here to catch my breath, to catch Ben's breath. Hopefully Matt can catch his breath because he's been throwing things around after that lap. See, we can't talk to a couple of winners here, maybe a couple of drivers as well. We'll be right back after a couple of moments.
There's no way to avoid a ticket if you don't use your seatbelt. Cops are stepping up enforcement and looking for unbuckled drivers like never before. If you don't buckle up, you will get stuck with a ticket. Click it or ticket.
And we're back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. What an amazing event. What an amazing evening here for the West Pro Series Monster Energy Super Truck Series All-Star Race Showdown presented by TSTV. Ben Kilcrease showing up here with me, the man, the legend, the CEO who runs TSTV. Ben, I want to ask you a question here real quick before we get talking to the drivers. How do you feel? You presented this event. You helped put down the money to get everything running here. You talked to Las Vegas. You said, hey, these guys put on a great show. I want to bring a race here. I want it to be the All-Star event. You talked to Matt. Matt got together with me. We put this thing live on the air for the fans to watch this great series. What do you got to say tonight?
I'm kind of speechless. That race was all that it turned out to be. I knew they'd put on a great race. These guys, unbelievable to race with. And I'm not trying to step on any toes or make any people mad here, but when these guys came over from the Xbox, I didn't think they were going to make it too far in iRacing. But these guys, look at Zachary Conrad. That's one guy I want to point out, the Nipper. You guys like to call him on the Xbox, I think. He's got this thing figured out. He's been on iRacing maybe 2 weeks. Brian Coveney, he's got it figured out. A bunch of these guys really have this stuff figured out, and they're hard to compete with. They're tough. They're good racers, and it's just unbelievable the competition that the West Pro Series has in the Truck Series.
Absolutely right, and I want to catch a couple of words here because we got the CEO of the West Pro Series up here with us now. Mylan Lacey, the CEO of the West Pro Series. Everyone knows that I'm the president of the West Pro Series. Me and him have worked together for about 2 years now on building the series up. Buddy, your first televised West Pro Series event, it was the All-Star race at Las Vegas. What do you got to say? How do you feel about the event overall?
The event overall was great. Some great guys driving out there. Everybody else gave each other room until the last 10 laps. We all spoke to each other, said our blessings to each other, and then went for the gold.
Go ahead.
It was great. It was close action. Everybody gave each other a room, and I think it was probably our best effort out there.
Did you ever expect, starting off where you did from, the Xbox, like we call the ARCA Remax series, did you ever expect from what we had there to come to here and have this amazing event that you had tonight in the All-Star race?
No, I don't think so. I mean, come on, Zane, me, you, and another guy, we talked about this, and then overnight we formed the league. I don't think we actually foresaw where we would be. I mean, this is our second year in existence. We're coming up on our anniversary soon, and I don't think me, you, or anybody else would think that where the West Pro Series was then would be where we are today. And yes, I think a part of that is dedication and work through all the admins, you, Andy, and Matt, and Ben. If I didn't have the people behind me, we wouldn't have what we have today. And if we didn't have the guys behind the wheels, all those guys, there's far too many of them to name, but all you guys, I just want to say thanks for being a part of this series. You're what makes it.
And I agree with you tenfold there, Mylan. This has been a great series in the 2 years, coming up to our 2-year anniversary. But I do want to make a little edit to your statement there. I think if it wasn't all of us standing together, this series wouldn't be what it is today with me, you, Mylan, Ben, Andy, and even Chad Wright, our original guy that started this league. We know him as Samurai. He was a great guy, and he got this thing started together. And you know what? I want to say it was a great race, and I'm glad that we got to put this race on for you tonight to show everybody what the West Pro Series is. And, hey, you finished 7th tonight, 4 laps down the All-Star race. But overall, great event. And, there's always next week, and we got plenty of things coming up. But we got to get talking to those drivers, man. But is there any last final words you want to get out there for everybody?
No, once again, I want to thank TSTV for broadcasting this event. And I want to thank those who watched the event also. Once again, we wouldn't be here, Zane, without our drivers. We have the best gang in the world. And I know every league out there says that about their drivers. You know what? I think we've got a close-knit group here, and I wouldn't want to change that for the world.
And that was the CEO of the West Pro Series, Mylan Lacey. If you like what you see, you like what you saw, you want to get crazy in some trucks, some late models, some legends, some G6s, and even some Indy cars, go to ProBoards.com West Pro Series. I'm sorry, ProBoards.com/West Pro Series. Sign up, get going. Everybody's there is friendly. They'll help you out. We'll get you. But you know what? I think we've caught up with some guys here. Our podium finishers, Ben and Matt, Nathan Rinke, Carl Brown, and Justin. But I think, Ben, you've caught up with Nathan Rinke?
Yeah, I'm down here with Nathan Rinke. I tell you what, Nate, you pretty good here in the race. You got the invert with the 10 to go. Is that what messed you up? Kind of got you a little bit too far away from the lead.
Yeah, all the guys. I think me and Kenny were probably the class of the field with the 39 and the 9 right behind us. But so all the guys that were kind of the fastest were at the back there, and I just didn't do a good job of getting through traffic, just the way it goes in an all-star race.
Nate, you finished third. Munsell and Brown right ahead of you. If they would have crashed, would you been able to get by and sneak out the win?
Yeah, I knew Munsell was probably going to race it clean, and I was kind of disappointed in that fact because that was I made a hard charge there with about 3 to go, and when I went to pass Frog, I was just getting super tight, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to catch him, so I was hoping Munsell would dump him.
Yeah, there's always next weekend when we head to Iowa. But Nate, who do you want to thank for your third place finish tonight?
I want to thank whatever shampoo bottle is on the front of my car. And I want to thank Mylan for putting on a fun series to race in. This is a blast racing with you guys. You guys are all a lot of fun. I want to thank TSTV for broadcasting because you guys put on a good race. And I want to say, dadgummit, I should have won that thing.
By the way, Nate, that's touch of gray for men on the front of your car there.
Auto stop, actually. Auto stop. Thanks.
I'm just kidding. Love you, Nate. Have a great night. And Matt's caught up with second place, Justin Munsell. Actually, we're having some technical difficulties with his microphone, so I'm going to walk down here. Like I haven't done enough walking as it is. All right. Here we go. Justin Munsell. You finished second. You lost it by 37 1,000ths of a second. What would you have had to do different to get the win?
I probably would have had to dump him, needless to say there, but, you know, it's still all good fun racing. I'm really proud to finish second to Carl, but, you know, it's just a matter of do I want to win and risk having to wreck out most of the field, or do I want to stay in second and maybe be the nice guy of it? But, you know, it's just all what happens in my mind.
All right, Justin, we're on the restart here. I can't even remember where you restarted. It was somewhere middle pack. Andy Kessler is starting the field. He led a few laps. It got crazy back there. Were you afraid you're going to get crashed? That was Nate Rinke, by the way.
Wait, did Nate Rinke just walk by and shout at you guys?
Yes, Nate likes the TV time. But anyways, Justin, back to your question. Were you ever afraid in that mix-up that you were going to be involved in a collision?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, it's really crazy in that little group. You know, there's so many fast guys trying to get to the front, and there's a lot of names up there that usually don't get to see it. And, you know, Andy, he really came through tonight. He did really well in the front, but I think there's a lot more faster cars like me and Carl and Nathan that we just got to him. But it's really crazy out there. There's a few close calls, but I somehow survived.
Well, Justin, you can't be disappointed with second place. You got a bunch of experience on Las Vegas, so if we head here again, you'll definitely have the experience. Who do you want to thank for the top two finish?
You know, I want to thank the sponsors on my car, you know, Valvoline, Best Buy, all the good stuff. I got to thank my dad and for his support in my racing, and I got to thank TSTV for finally broadcasting one of our races, especially this one. And I got to thank the guys at West Pro Series for putting up such a good league.
By the way, I'm being told in my ear, I don't know if it's irrelevant or not, but the Sharks won 4-0.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
Good night.
Right.
Good night.
Great night for Justin Munsell. And Zane, you're down there with a Hampton, Georgia's own Carl Brown in victory lane.
Carl Brown is all smiles right now. A little bit shaken. The steering wheel's bent. I asked him if he could do a burnout with no steering wheel. He's like, what, are you crazy? But he is here in victory lane, all smiles. The crew around him, the owner giving him a handshake, the crew chief giving him a high five. He's stepping out of the car. There's the fireworks. There's the check. Carl Brown, come here real quick, my friend. The race is ending. You're running back there in the mid-back. Here we come to the end. You pop out around Andy Kessler. You got the lead. You got Justin Munsell breathing down your neck. What is going through your mind on that last lap?
Well, coming, I guess it was like 3 to go. I seen Andy was a little bit slower through the turns, so I was hoping I can get on the outside of him, use him as a little bit of a pick on Justin, and it worked out. I ended up jumping out there to a little bit of lead, and you know, ended up staying ahead of Justin. Blocked him a little bit so I could stay ahead. I was waiting for Justin to dump me at any point in time. I'm just glad he's a good, clean racer and didn't dump me until we got right there to the start and finish line.
Hey, you won that race almost, well, I think it was 3/100ths of a second. I think it was. It was a great race there, man. You pulled off victory. You're $25 richer. How does it feel to have an extra $25 in your pocket?
That feels pretty good. It helps me get where I can get some more practices up and for some of our races. Hopefully people have seen this race tonight, really enjoyed it, and come out with us and race with us on Monday nights. Usually the races start a little bit late, but I usually earlier in the daytime get some practices open up so we can get some good running. So that $25 is going to go to good use right there.
Yeah, Carl Brown is one heck of a guy. He throws up practice. He actually messaged me a couple of times a day. He's like, hey, I'm going to open up the practice. I was like, do what you want, man. I don't mind. I'll throw up one if you need me to. But, Carl, I got to know, who do you want to thank for this win tonight in Las Vegas for the Monster Energy Super Truck Series All-Star Race Showdown?
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Joe Hosper and Company, TSTV. I'd like to thank Mylan for getting this series started for us, and all you and Andy and Ben for getting everything going on this for us. I'd like to thank TSTV for televising it. Heck of a race for our first televised race. I really enjoyed it.
Hey, man, you earned it. You worked your butt off out there. You're at the right spot at the right time. You held off the Rocket Man to win tonight. You're $25 richer. Go celebrate with your team. Go have a great night, man, because you earned that win.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ben, Matt, great finish tonight. I do want to give out a couple of announcements here since we're winding down the time. First off, for anyone that's interested in running the trucks here on Monday nights for the Monster Energy Super Truck Series, go to westproseries.proboards.com, sign up using your first name, last initial, sign up under the series that you want. This league has everything that you would want racing via iRacing. They have Indy cars, which is a Champ Car World Series. They have late models and legends, which run on Wednesday nights. I think the Champ Cars runs on Tuesday nights, if I'm correct, Ben. Is that correct?
That's correct. Tuesday nights.
Tuesday night for the Champ Series. And then starting in 2 weeks from Thursday, there actually will be running. I will be running the series. I built and created the Monster Energy Super Truck Series. I am now, because of scheduling issues, giving it over to Mylan to take over. I am now taking over the Winston Cup Series, which will be running on Thursday nights 2 weeks from today. We will be starting Season 1. It will be a test series to make sure things work, but we're running Fords and Chevys, teams, money systems. We'll be starting at the Shootout at Talladega and running 11 weeks of awesome action in the G6 Series on Thursdays. Go to the westproseries.proboards.com to get more information there, because things are blowing up and going crazy. If it's anything like the trucks were, those other series are just going to get even epicer. I don't think epicer is a word, so we're just going to say epic and then I'm excited if you can't tell tonight, guys. Great race.
I tell you what, it was a great race. I'm glad to be a part of it until I crashed out. Usually that's what I do, but I've gotten pretty good
When
at
was
it.
the last time you finished a race? Let's be honest here.
Well, I got stuck in the wall at Rockingham. I finished second in the OIL Talladega race, but
You mean
it
you
was
lawn darted the wall at Rockingham?
Oh, look, Mylan shows up to join the broadcast for the closing moments, and he calls Ben out for knocking it into the wall.
There's two
I
things.
think that was the funniest moment.
There's two things, Zane. There's the Gilcrease crossover, and then there's the Gilcrease crash.
We saw two tonight.
I think that needs to be a T-shirt. On the front, it says the Gilcrease crash, and on the back, it says the Gilcrease crossover.
Usually the crash results from the crossover.
Exactly, but it's a T-shirt, so you look at his face, you're like, oh, you crashed. Oh, it was because of crossover. I got you.
Joking aside, guys, let's talk about Carl Brown for a little bit. Earlier in the race, he and I and Andy Kessler got into it, and his truck was screwed up for a good 50 laps. He was on old tires for a good 40 laps. He bounces back, and on this final restart with the invert helped him out quite a bit. But on this final restart, just gets up there. That truck doesn't have a scratch on it. Good job by his crew getting that truck fixed, spick and span, clean, and he goes out and wins this thing.
Yeah, he did exactly what he needed to do. I got to say, out of all the trucks we picked and the drivers, none of us picked the 41 of Carl Brown, and he was the sleeper hitter tonight. He was mid-pack for most of the race. He snuck around the top 5, top 7, doing what he had to do. When it came down to the final 10 laps, he closed the deal. He saw where Andy was slow. He got up in there. He drove it in deep, got around him, he closed the door. He slammed the door shut on Andy Kessler. And Andy tried to go down low to block Brian and Justin, who were trying to make the move on the inside. And then you see Carl Brown on the outside, just boom, drive around, close the door, and did what he had to do to win the race. Granted, Justin Munsell could have gave him an Earnhardt, style of teaching and spun him before they got to the line out of 4 and won it. But just the way the Rocket Man is, he knows that you win more respect by racing a guy clean and finishing second than wrecking him and winning it. But overall, amazing race. Carl Brown put on a heck of a clinic tonight in the final laps. We didn't see him all race, but he showed up when he needed to do it, and that's why he's $25 richer tonight. And that's why, these races are great, no points, but you're seeing some great racing, and that's only, a precursor for what's going to happen with this series.
A quick thing, talking about all our series and stuff, I have Carl signed to my late model team. Carl, if you're out there, look up your owner. Help a guy out.
Really?
No?
Did you just ask
Yeah,
him in a live broadcast to give you a phone call?
That's Marlon Lacey for you guys. You'll have to dismiss him. No, we love each other.
And what Marlon's talking about for late models is the Weiss Design Late Model Series, and I think it's correct, the TSTV Legends.
Yep.
TSTV Legends Tour and the Wise Designs Late Model Series. If I think they're showing the logos on that right now.
Yeah, and it runs every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. if I remember correctly, Eastern Standard Time.
Right. It's sort of our double-header night, and really what we're trying to do there is for those people who are just getting into iRacing maybe, or who like Legends, who like late models, something for them to get into that's not going to cost them a lot of money.
It's also for those short track guys, really, because these cars are mostly built for short tracks. Also, like you said, for the newer guys, the rookie guys, the guys that are maybe the rookie to C class, you would say, they're lower horsepower. There's something to get up and under you to figure out how to handle these cars.
I wouldn't say the Legends are really under horsepower. Those things are pretty fun.
They're fun, but compared to, like, let's say the Champ cars or the trucks or the G6s, they're not as powered, and you really learn a lot, especially, let's say, the Legend cars, because it is short track racing. You're going to learn how to wheel that car into the corners, so when you move up to those bigger series, you can know how am I going to drive up into the corner and get it through this guy on one without wrecking me or him. Take it back to that Legend series that you raced for a season or two. You know what you got to do.
Right,
and
it's all about control. Right.
It's all about control, and it's all about great series. Matt Weisbros, he's the admin of the Legend series. I'm sorry, of the late model series, and Andy Kessler, our one and only, he runs the Legend series. So these guys know what they're doing. I've worked with them for a long time. We talked about it before they even created it. This is what we're thinking about doing. This is what we want to do. We want to do a doubleheader, kind of like a short track Saturday night kind of feel, and they've done it. This is going to start. And I think, if I remember correctly, the Wednesday of the 22nd, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, it starts this week, Matt, correct?
It starts this Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Want to make sure everybody knows out there in TV land that it's going to be Wednesday nights, late models and Legends. Look out for it through our league. Come join our league. They start at 8. And then the other series will start at 10 o'clock. Those times are Eastern.
Yeah, if you're on iRacing and you want to join the West Pro Series, go ahead and take a look under the leagues page. It will be the West Pro Series Racing Association. You will find my name, Zane Lovett. I call the races for you here on TSTV. Just join up, sign up. We'll get you squared away. If you want to take a look at anything else, go to the boards. Like I said before, That's going to be westproseries.proboards.com. Sign up there using your iRacing first initial of your last name. We'll get you squared away. We'll talk to you. We got news report articles. We got everything for every series you want to race in. Take a look, sign up, enjoy, and go late model and legend racing on Wednesday. I'm going to be there. You should be there too. Call your grandma. Tell her, Grandma, I need some money to go late model racing.
With the tracks they've got lined up, it's going to be pretty interesting, to say the least.
Yep. Absolutely.
I've taken some rides in the late legends and the late models. Kind of late model guy myself. But I think the schedules that Andy and Matt have put together are going to bring both of these leagues into a bigger light.
Absolutely. And I'm also being screamed at by our producer. Do not forget to mention the West Pro Series weekly wrap-up, which is everything related to the West Pro Series news, reviews, and everything awesome racing involving and coming around the WPS Series. Take a look at it. I don't have any official information of when this will start, but keep an eye on your local listing, your internet webs, your Facebook pages, your Twitters. More information coming up on the West Pro Series weekly wrap-up. But guys, we are running out of time here. We've been talking for so long. We've been talking about the West Pro Series, TSTV, the All-Star Race. Carl Brown, our $25 winner. Carl, that check is in the mail. It may be in an IOU, but don't worry. We got money coming to you. Not really. It's coming, I promise. Just take a look here in a little bit. But I want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I'm Zane Lovett. That's Matt Weisbrod pushing the buttons, getting the pictures that you see to you, calling the race with me tonight. Ben Kilcrease for coming up and hanging out with me for a little while after he wrecked out. Mylan Lacey, my buddy, my pal, CEO of the West Pro Series, the guy that's the head honcho right above me. His office is about 5 feet bigger than mine, but it's got a better view. I want to thank you guys for coming out. Until tomorrow, take a look at us on Facebook at facebook.com, Team Explosion TV. Follow us on Twitter at Team Explosion TV. Go to West Pro Series. I think it's West Pro Series 1 on Twitter. Go to the league page at westproseries.proboards.com. Until next time, have a great evening and a pleasant tomorrow.